there we go. So I wasn't going to record a video today, because I did one yesterday, but a lot has happened since yesterday, since my last video about the Trump wrestling GIF fiasco, hullabaloo, whatever you want to call it. So rather than just let it go, rather than just, ignore it and move on, because, CNN can't do journalism, they've got to make themselves the news story. And I think there's a rule against that, right? Isn't there like a journalism rule? Report the news, don't become the news? Anyway, so a producer for CNN, some guy who has a Twitter handle of K-File, decides to track down the Reddit user who originally uploaded the Trump WrestleMania GIF that I was talking about yesterday. And I guess they found his Reddit account, and they found a whole bunch of other crap he posted, just shit posting stuff, right? Your traditional Reddit nonsense. Some of it, I guess, had an anti-Semitic leaning or whatever, I don't know. But they tracked him down, and this K-File guy, I can't remember what his actual name is, Kevin or Kyle or something like that. Anyway, he reaches out to the guy by phone and by email, and the guy, panics, of course, because, I don't know what the content of the email was, but basically, it's this K-File guy saying, hey, we know who you are. We know you're the guy who put this thing up here. We've also seen some other posts, obviously, and we want to talk to you about them. So the guy obviously panics, right? He goes, oh, I'm going to get outed. I'm going to, everyone I know, all my family and everyone, they're going to see all the terrible shit I posted to Reddit. So his Reddit handle is Han_Asshole_Solo. Or Reddit username, what do you call it? So this guy tracked him down, found out who he was on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. And basically issued a threat saying, we know who you are. We want to talk to you about this meme, this GIF, and your other posts on Reddit. And he knows what he's posted on Reddit is, deplorable shit. Although I don't even know the bulk of it. I saw one thing, it was like a poster featuring all the CNN executives and all the CNN, senior correspondents and that sort of thing. And how, they all happen to be Jewish people or something like that. I don't know. Which, of course, I don't even know if it's true. But this guy, whoever, apparently posted this. And my guess is he doesn't want people to find out that it was him. So, he wrote an apology, and he took all of his posts down and all this sort of crap. And then contacted CNN and say, look, yeah, we can do an interview, but he was like really nervous. And this is in this K-Files, article about it. And in the article he said, we're not going to publish his name because he's a private citizen, and he's remorseful. And he promises he won't do it again. He took down all the offending material. But we reserve the right to release it at a later date if things should change. Like, that's not a threat. So anyway, of course now, CNN blackmail is the trending hashtag on Twitter. I think it was #1 last night when I went to bed. And yeah, I think talk about turning a minor snafu into an entire dumpster fire. It was just so stupid. And then you look on Twitter and you see this K-File guy, and he's defending what he did. And he's not backing down. He's saying, no, it's not blackmail. It's clearly fucking blackmail. You just read your article, and it's blackmail. You even threaten the guy. You say, well, we can change our minds and release your name if things should change. Okay, well, if you do that, let's read the email you sent this guy. let's listen to the phone recording of the conversation you had with this guy. You probably left a voicemail because you said in your article that you didn't get a hold of him initially. He tweeted one thing and said this was the apology he wrote after we initiated contact with him. And then in a later tweet, he wrote, this K-File guy wrote, this is, he apologized of his own accord. No, you reached out to him, obviously made a threat of some variety in email and phone and on voicemail. He responded because he's freaked out because he doesn't want his identity released. And then apologized, which he shouldn't have done. He should have said, come at me, bro, but whatever. I mean, I can understand. You don't want your life ruined or whatever. But yeah, so CNN's threatening to dox people if they don't if they don't repent for attacking them. Now the thing is, I don't even know if this guy is the creator of the meme. Maybe he is. But I saw that meme before it all blew up on Twitter. I saw that meme like weeks ago on 4chan. So now the backlash coming has only begun in as far as insofar as you know, the hashtag movement on Twitter, CNN blackmail. People on 4chan are like saying, okay, this is it. You know, it's time for a meme jihad, another great meme war, right? I mean, these are the guys who found Shia LaBeouf's "He Will Not Divide Us" flag like 4 different occasions within, you know, 72 hours of him moving it and hiding it. These are the same autists. So if they really want to go at CNN, they will go at CNN, and CNN will rue the day. But yeah, I think, and I posted this on Twitter, and I linked to my original Media is Dead video back that I recorded back in January. I said I made the prediction that, you know, CNN would be no more by the end of 2017. Could CNN blackmail do it? CNN blackmail may be the start that just, you know, makes CNN shutter its doors or causes CNN to be sued. Blackmail's a crime. It's in violation of, I think it's definitely in violation of New York law. I saw somebody citing New York state law, coercion. And my guess is there's a federal law as well against blackmail of that nature. And I mean, let's face it, this guy didn't do anything wrong, but he fears reprisal. Now, shifting gears, this is a this Han Asshole Solo guy felt the armor of being anonymous by posting on Reddit. Well, Reddit's not anonymous because you have to have a username. If you want to post anonymously, you go to 4chan. Because nothing is username based, right? So you can post anonymously on 4chan and say whatever the hell you want. Say the most nasty, disgusting garbage you want. That's what it's for. And while I appreciate 4chan, I seldom post there anymore because of a piece that Gavin McInnes did, where he was talking about, you know, standing up and putting your face out there and saying what you believe in publicly. And Jordan Peterson is the same way. You know, he says pretty much the same thing. You know, be careful with your words, but, you know, stand behind them and mean them. Say what you mean. Don't equivocate. Don't parse your words. Which is part why I do videos like this. Like you see a lot of YouTubers, they'll have, you know, a cartoon persona, and you only hear their voice, and you see a cartoon character. And I have my cartoon logo on my YouTube channel, but I make videos with my name and my face, and I try and be careful with what I say. Doesn't always work out. I mean, I use profanity, I say some pretty inflammatory shit, but I don't say anything that I necessarily regret, except in the case of, and this is something that's kind of important, if you're going to be talking about, if you're going to be doing like a blog or a vlog, and you're going to talk about people in your life, or talk about situations or conversations you've had or discussions you've had, it's best not to include or cite people in your life, even if you don't mention them by name, because if they happen to watch the video and they know you're talking about them, they could take offense. And that happened to me on a recent video. Somebody took offense to some of the ideas I represented and how I included them in the discussion about those ideas, or in the topic. And I can understand why they'd be upset. In retrospect, it wasn't a very good idea to do that. But in speaking of a political nature and speaking on cultural issues, if you truly believe what you say and you feel justified in your position, you should be public about what it is you say. You shouldn't. Yes, it can ruin your life if you say the wrong thing, obviously, and you may have to eat crow and say sorry. But if you stand by your convictions and you feel justified in what you're saying, say it publicly. Now, who the hell am I? I got, what, 69, 70 subscribers? You know, I have one video that, you know, topped 1,000 views. All my other videos have, like, somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 or 30 views, maybe even less. But the point is, stand by what you're saying. Don't back down. Don't apologize. That guy, that Han Asshole Solo on Reddit, he should have told CNN, go fuck yourself. I don't care what you say about me. I shitpost on the internet. Big deal. It's not a crime. And he may ostracize some friends, and some friends might you know, look at him strangely, some colleagues or whatever. But that's on him to, you know, to try and repair those relationships. And, you know, if he lost a few friends because of it, maybe they weren't super good friends to begin with. Anyway, that's my piece. Thanks a lot. Bye.